Hey YouTube family, how you guys doing? It's time for another episode of you and me checking out gear in my basement. So this is a Nobels ODR-1 natural overdrive pedal. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this pedal, how it really reproduces the sound of an overdriven tube amp. You know, just when you want to get it to that natural breakup. You know, when you can't crank your tube amp loud enough in the room that you're playing in to get it to naturally break up. So this is not my pedal. This is a friend of mine's pedal. His name is Mike. It's not Two Bike Mike's pedal. My friend Mike doesn't have a bike, so it's No Bike Mike's pedal. And we're always talking gear. He's a fantastic guy. He's an amazing guitar player. And he lent me this pedal for a couple of gigs over the weekend. And I was really impressed. So then I thought, you know what? I'm going to order one. But I decided to go with this one. So this is the Nobels ODR Mini Natural Overdrive pedal. So you'll notice they have exactly the same knobs. Drive, spectrum, and level. So the one on the left, the Mini, is about literally half the size of the one on the right and half the price. So I thought that I would connect them up to my Fender Pro Junior amp. I'll set it on a clean level. I can't get it to break up in my basement. It's just too loud when I hit that point. And I'll run a few tones from one pedal to the other, and we'll see how good these are and how close they are from one another. And maybe if some of you are looking at these, you might opt to get the Mini as opposed to the big one. So the advantage, I guess, maybe, depending on who you are, it could be an advantage or a disadvantage, and depending on your pedal board. So the ODR-1 Natural Overdrive on the right has the input and outputs on the end of the pedal, as with the power. And it also has an extra output here. So you see that? So if you look at the top of the pedal here, it says remote. So you can connect a remote foot switch to this one to turn it on and off. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know why you'd want to do that. There's a foot switch right there. But anyway, now this one, the advantage or disadvantage, depending on who you are and how you're set up, is it connects on the sides of the pedals, just like most mini pedals do. It also has the input power supply plug at the top of the pedal, and it does not have a remote switch. So, and obviously this one has just a push button type toggle, whereas this one has the nice bigger Boss style pedal toggle. So let's get going and see what this is like. All right, so you can see the Pro Junior there. I got the speaker kind of pointing towards you, and then the pedals are right here. I'm just over here on the side, and just using a telly. So I got some nice bright pickups so we can hear any subtle differences. So here is no effects on whatsoever. The amp, these Pro Juniors have no reverb, no delay, no, just very dry. And that's what we're going to do because we only want to test these pedals. All right. So even if I dig in, it doesn't break up. It's got lots of chime, just no dirt. All right, so I have the level set straight up, spectrum set straight up, Drive is at 9 o'clock on the dial. So these are numbered. So here the drive would be at number 2. It goes from 0 to 10. On this one, I just have to go, use it positionally because there are no numbers on the Mini. So set the same. Let's see what we got with the ODR-1 overdrive. Now I may have to drop the level once I engage this pedal. It might be too loud. I have no idea. All right, so we get some hair and we get some warmth. Let's see what this sounds like. Kind of the same thing, just I think a little bit less hair. Close, but this one has a little more sparkle and a little more hair. So let's see if I can replicate this with the spectrum knob. So I'm just going to take the drive and increase it a bit. So instead of 3 o'clock, or instead of 9 o'clock, I'm going to put it to 10 o'clock. And the spectrum, instead of straight up and down, I'm going to put it a little bit over to the right. Because I think it works like a tone knob. It gets brighter the more clockwise you go. So we're going to try that. All right, so again, the ODR-1 natural overdrive. And the Mini. Wow. Holy, that little bit of adjustment made a huge difference. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the video, but here in the room, unreal. So I'm going to take this down just a bit. Okay. So try this one again. That's pretty close. A little bit more drive, I think. I got to bring that drive button up. Whoops. Wow. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's try full spectrum and full spectrum. Ooh, and see what happens here. Okay. That's pretty bright and sharp. That's pretty bright and sharp too. It's a little louder. Let me turn it down. They're pretty similar. Let's take the spectrum all the way down. Take the spectrum all the way down. Leave everything the same. It's pretty hush-hush. Sounds pretty much identical. All right, so the spectrum definitely works like a tone knob. So I'm just, or like a mid knob, so I'm just going to leave it right smack dab in the middle because I think they are pretty even. So let's just double check that. So the drive and spectrum knob on the Mini have to be just slightly increased from the drive and spectrum knob on the big pedal here. So okay, let's get the drive to half level, and I'll bring the level down to about 11 o'clock. So we'll get the drive to half and bring this one down to about 11 o'clock. Okay, let's try that. Oh, well, now the volume's dropped, so I guess I'll leave the volume where it was. Alright, let's try that again. It's kind of a nice drive. So when you add drive, it gets thicker. So I guess once you add drive, you want to add some spectrum if you like the chime. See it? There it is. I'm going to add some spectrum here to match. Right about there. And we have this. Very close with these two. You know what? I think this Mini one has a little bit more bite. I don't know. In the room here, it sounds a little bit sharper. Some of you might think that's good. Some of you might think it's not so good. So let's try it with the drive full, and then we'll end this little thing. Drive full. Full drive on the ODR-1 gives you this. That's a nice kind of tight drive sound. Oh, this one has slightly different tone. I don't know if it's maybe my spectrum knob is not at the right place. They're pretty identical, guys. Pretty identical. Well, so there you have it. Another episode of you and I checking out gear in my basement. These ODR pedals are cool. They sound good. They have some nice tones to them if you want to take your time and dial them in. Obviously, this pedal feels much better quality wise. It's got a better switch on it, and the knobs just feel better. Like when you turn them, there's some resistance to them. They're kind of stiff, to turn. Really nice. Whereas the Mini, the toggle is not a silent toggle. It's kind of one of the hard, you really hear the snap. You don't hear it popping in the amp though, which is good. And the dials are like really easy to turn. Like it doesn't have the resistance that those have. So clearly there's different pots in the two pedals. Mind you, this one does have a physical indentation like on the spectrum knob. Like when you turn it, you can feel the middle, like it'll lock in place. So I'm assuming that the spectrum knob right here in the middle must be like zero, like neutral EQ, I guess maybe is why that does that. But anyway, either pedal is really good. Like I said, here in Canada, this one on Amazon is, after taxes, is over $200 for me to buy, and this one is just over $100. So they're pretty much, this one's pretty much half price. And I don't think I got a deal on this one. I think that was the regular price. It's totally, which one would I pick? I don't know, this one. I would pick this one for me just because it would allow me more space on my pedal board, and it's small. And this would be, for me, this would be an always on pedal for one of those amps that I want that little breakup tone, but I can't get it by dialing the amp because the room I'm in is too small and I can't get that loud to get the amp to break up. So I would use this, just leave it on, and I'd still use my drive pedals for like, some rock and roll tones or higher gain tones. So yeah, anyway, pretty cool. This one, the battery is slick. You put the battery right in here. And to be honest, on the small one, I don't know that you can put a battery in there. But here, just give me a second, I'll check. I'll be right back. And no, you cannot put a battery in these. This is, you can't pull this out unless you loosen these screws and you pull that whole thing out. So yeah, 9-volt power only on this one. So again, it depends on your setup and how you like to run your stuff. If you want a battery powered pedal, this is definitely the way to go. But as far as tone wise and sound wise and volume wise and noise wise, I like having more money in the bank and paying half price for a pedal that'll give me the same tones or very close to them. So there you go. Noble ODR. Big boy, little boy, lots of tone. You guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. God bless and take care.